Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryu Gozrar. Today for the last video in December I have pretty meme builds here. Kind of ran out of ideas for what to do in TvZ as not much has really changed other than you actually kind of want to go mech a bit more just due to the strength of the lurker. It'll probably get addressed in some way sooner or later, but like I said, this is kind of a meme build. If you really just want to play like a harass style and you kind of want to just fuck with the Zerg a little bit, this is quite the funny build. This is the Reactored Lib Cheese. And let me tell you, this build's quite funny. I personally like it a lot. You may like it. I don't know. It's pretty memey. But anyways, this build opens refinery first, so gas first, so 15 gas, 16 racks. And the idea here is we're just going to try and get a reactor as quickly as we can on a starport while making it look like 111 and going Hellion Liberator and just spamming the crap out of Liberators all over the Zerg's base. This build can be pretty hard countered if the Zerg player scouts it. And it can be pretty shit against things like roaches or baneling busts. So you may want to do a 17 or 18 SCV scout with this, but like I said, it's kind of a meme build. It's very fun though, so give or take how you wanna choose whether or not you want to do it. I personally don't know what situation you'd want to do it. I imagine on big maps, such as this one right here, where you can like kind of get behind the mineral lines, it can be pretty good, but I'll leave the discretion of choosing when you want to use it or not up to you. Anyways, we're going to drop down a factory. You want to leave your Reaper at the natural, just because we're going gas first. We won't have that marine like we usually would with racks first. We're going to drop a depot. Then we're going to do a reactor. I almost said refinery there. I don't know what's wrong with me today. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and drop down our second gas. And you actually want to kind of put the starport just a little bit back here. Just a little bit in the back. And there's good reason for this. Our racks is going to be the building that actually makes the add-on, but we kind of want the starport hidden just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to put the starport somewhere here in the back. Let's give it a little bit of time before we get that money. So say somewhere like here. And you're going to swap these two buildings up. You're going to do 2 Hellions right here. And then you're going to drop a reactor right here as soon as you can. Once this base is done, you're going to do an orbital and grab your third gas. You want to grab the furthest gas you possibly can from an overlord. So actually, I think here may have been further, but I'm not really too sure. The further the gas, though, the better. You don't want them to see that. And you're just gonna... By the way, once your 2 Hellions are started, you can then send the Reaper out. But because we're against the ZAI, we're just gonna chill here. And we're gonna go and start a depot. And we're gonna saturate that gas. And we're gonna lift up the starport, lift up the barracks, and move the barracks a little bit forward. Keep making those Hellions. You're gonna start up 2 Liberators. I like to path them to the airspace, so right about there. Another alternative way you can do this build is you can go, after you do the initial swap, you can make 2 Marines and a Viking from a naked starport, and then you can do Tech Lab Reactor, if that's something you prefer to do. We're gonna start another depot. That way is a little bit slower, but you'll deny the scouting ultimately much better. We're gonna go up to 2 Marines here. And we're gonna stop at 6 Hellions just for a little bit while we afford for our 3rd CC. Anyways, you can also rally it like this, because one Liberator is gonna get out faster than the other, of course. We're gonna drop a 3rd CC. Another depot. Next Liberator goes here. And you wanna hotkey them up. So, one there. One there. You wanna keep making Liberators here. You're gonna make a lot of Liberators, by the way, so just a heads up. And these Hellions can now go out if you want them to. If you feel comfortable with it. And get supply capture, so we're going to make constant 1 depot at a time. And we're going to path this Liberator right here to here. This one right here to here. And we're just going to poke around at the Zerg. You don't want to lose these Hellions because they're really the only protection you have against Lings. And they threaten the Roaches. And from here, it's just literally rallying Liberators until your opponent loses all their economy. You can start 2 depots at a time here. And now that we have these Marines here. Whoops, lost those Hellions. My bad. Was literally just saying not to do that. We can do our Hellions. Or sorry, extra factories. These Liberators can be kind of good against defending against certain cheeses, but you know, use them with discretion. They're Liberators, you know. So now that we have our 3rd base, we're gonna go ahead and start up our double armory next because we're floating a little bit of gas. And we're only gonna make up to 4 to 6 Liberators. After that, we're just going to chill with the starport. You can try to hold more areas with your Liberator here. Of course, the counter to this is a Spore Crawler. The benefit is, though, you can move around it. Also, if you were looking for a build to do against the Elite AI, the AI does not walk in Liberator zones at all, so... I'm going to do 2 more factories instantly. Take our extra gases right here, right away. And yeah, we're actually, this is why we saved the starport production, by the way, in case you're wondering. We are now going to go 2 Thors. And cancel these. And 2 medevacs, we're going to do a double Thor drop. And we're also going to grab our 2 upgrades, +1/+1. Again, you can have your Hellions out here, just kind of doing whatever the fuck they want. They're Hellions. So we're going to start +1/+1, add-on, back to Hellions, and then we can go Battle Mech off of this. And that's generally the build. And from here you kind of just play a standard game out. And I'm not going to lie, this build is kind of cheesy. It's by all means not a macro build, so if your opponent holds this, expect to be behind. Again, you can kind of have your Liberators stack up sort of like this. You can have 2 of them covering the same spot. You can go Battle Mech behind this, so those 2 upgrades there. Also, I like to take this base on this map specifically just because walling off here is really easy. You can also wall off here, and then that makes run-bys for the Zerg much more difficult. Oh, I don't know where the medevacs went. The medevacs are supposed to, however, pick up the Thors there. So we can do Cyclone, Cyclone, Hellion, Hellion, Cyclone. And yeah, from there you guys know how I like to play Battle Mech. Play it out however you like. You can make Liberators from this starport. You can begin walling off this area right here. And then yeah, you have double Thors as well to protect you against Mutas. And yeah, I guess I'll just show you guys the rest of the max out process. If you want to only go partially into Battle Mech, you can do the next few cycles with Hellions before, sorry, Cyclones, and then go into, you know, Siege Tanks. Because we'll be on a lot of bases soon. Actually, one thing I should have done here is 40 seconds ago, we can actually drop our 4th CC. So 4th CC can come down at 8 minutes. Don't get distracted like I was. Want to go up to 74 SCVs, standard. Our 4th base should be near done right now. But yeah, when you have this like kind of Battle Mech army, you can start going into Siege Tanks. And just kind of playing the old turtle style mech. We have a lot of gas still, so you can go ahead and grab your 2-2. And yeah, generally this build is just meant to punish people who, you know, skip their Spore Crawlers or perhaps don't go too heavy on their Queens. This build's pretty good against them, as it's going to punish them quite greatly. Remember, when you do a double Thor drop, always have it in the anti-heavy mode. This is just because Thors will naturally target Overlords sometimes, so the faster you can kill them, the better. And then yeah, from here you can just kind of play in the idea that you're turtling against maybe Swarm Host. So you can turtle up like that, you know, build up your defenses, take your bases, build your extra CCs. You can go up to 2 more starports and get to that, you know, that good old Thor Lib composition that I tell you guys is really good. I like to always just have a spot in my third base wall where I make CCs all the time. So that's one way you can do it. And yeah, that is ultimately the build. We will still have some sort of max out if you'd like with 2-2. You can skip, however, the double Thor drop if you really want to, and that'll give you a faster 2-2 timing if you decide to make battle mech units off of it. But I'm going to leave that at your guys' discretion. If you have any comments, just ask me in the comment section. I try to get to every comment I can. I know there's been complaints about my microphone and my quote-unquote APM spam, but there's nothing I'm going to change about that, mostly due to that's just how I play the game. So if that is a problem with you, there are replays for each of my videos if you're having trouble keeping up. And if you don't find that useful, then, like I said, literally ask me. I'll answer any question you guys want. Anyways, thank you for watching. You all have a great day. That's the videos for December. Take care.